Hello and welcome to Simon Says Artwork. In this video I'm going to be showing you how I made a double page spread sketch that I did in my 2016 sketchbook. Now this is in a video which I've already uploaded before, so if you haven't seen it, either press this link here or I'll show a quick little link of the process of looking through the sketchbook now, because this is the double page spread which I discuss how it was sort of a landmark moment for me to actually develop my scene creation and trying to learn composition and shading and depth and things like that. So, okay, let's get started. Well, I remember this piece from several years ago when I would do pencil underdrawings and then try to achieve a certain finish. And I was just learning how to apply shadow and learn composition. And this was one of those images which I think the characters were quite interesting, and the scenario was engaging to the extent that there was enough going on that it made you think this looks like a scene in a cartoon or a comic book or something, which it wasn't. It was just a scene where I was trying to learn these certain skills. And I'm glad now that I don't do a pencil under drawing, because I feel as though I cut the time in half for what I draw. And I also have learnt to consider the angles of things and the details, whether it's to do with the outfit or the environment. To consider details in the layers of depth that you want to add to a piece, you have to do earlier on. Now, I'm glad that I changed that camera position. It's something that I don't do very often these days, and back then I adjusted the position of the camera so that I could get a close-up on what I was drawing, and I think that's something I should do more often now, because this was from 2016, I think, and it was quite nice to have that little zoom in just to show you the details a little bit closer. I think my thought process was that the environment was a lot of plants that were sentient and predatory, and that this was a fact-finding mission that turned dangerous and deadly, I should say, where potentially only one person survives out of those four. And it took me a while to think of how to add shadow to these areas, and I've learnt a lot more about this since, as you can imagine, with it being 6 years later. But for the time that I was doing this, it was a big achievement. One of the few times that I'd added so much black to a drawing. All of my drawings in this sketchbook looked like line drawings and didn't really have enough detail or confidence, and you could see that. But there are certain parts that I prefer over others. I do like that some of the black was balanced, so I have obviously this black puddle going along the left hand center to the center right, and then I have the puddle that I'm inking in at the moment, the lower center part of the page, or of the double page spread. And then I add some black to the spaceship looking craft on the right as well. The bits that I don't like are, well, they're numerous, but one is the foot which is sliding on the bar of the character holding on to the railing. That is a strange angle for the foot, and it's a shame that I didn't have it a bit more gripped and tilted around. And as though it's a small thing, it's still something which I think is a little bit strange. Okay, so that's the video done. Now, there are bits and pieces with that drawing, as I mentioned, that I don't really like. I mean, aside from the boot, which is sliding on the railing there's things like the size of the different characters. The one who's lying on the floor, I think, was as large as the one who was in the foreground, being raised up by a vine that had pierced through their body and lifted them up in the air, and they were leaning backwards. And I thought they should probably be much larger to show the scale difference. But these are all things which I didn't think about at the time, and these days I am a lot more aware of. But aside from that, there is lots of different things I could have improved upon in the picture, but at least I filmed the process and I learnt a lot from doing the drawing. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell, and I will see you in the next video.